Let's check out the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. Clark, let's take a look at the Thunder for just a second. What's the key for them?
They can't afford to ignore.
Thunder substitution, Darius Grant.
Barbosa with it. His last outing with 20 points. Hands it off to Lopez.
There's high percentage shots, and then there are 100% shots. That's as close as it gets right there.
Here's Grant. Connects from in close.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
Now here's Nash. Last game with 30 points. To Barbosa. Nash. Now Stoudemire. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Richardson. No luck on the three-point attempt. On defense, the Suns. It's a three-point game. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
They needed a much better effort under the basket. Too many missed opportunities, too many lost opportunities. They gave up way too much slack by not being aggressive enough under the boards.
Now here's Nash. The Thunder making the shot. Stoudemire, the screen. Lopez. Kept alive. The Suns will hold on to it. Barbosa with it, averaging 14 points a game. Down low, Richardson backs him down. 5 on the shot clock. Puts up the baby hook. The Suns can't cash in. And here are the Thunder now. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
One thing you started to see shape up was how well they were shooting from the field. And I think that's always a function of ball movement and shot selection. They are tough to beat when they shoot with that confidence.
Now here's Nash, averaging 20 points per game. Six seconds to shoot. Here's Nash. Can't put an end to the run.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
And here is Durant working on Stoudemire. Puts the move on, gets the bucket, and the foul. That one is on Stoudemire.
Kevin Durant, for me, Kevin, has one of the sweetest, easiest strokes in the league. I mean, it's amazing that a guy of his size, he's 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan, can step out there and cast threes as sweetly and as smoothly as he does. He's also improved as a rebounder in his second year in the league. I think this guy is a star waiting to blossom and explode.
Now we have a moment to see the best rebounding teams in the league. Taking a look at Phoenix. Top 5 in the league, a strong team.
This team is one of the top rebounding teams for a reason. Everybody rebounds. It's a priority. Everybody blocks out. And most importantly, everybody pursues the ball. Nobody's standing around watching when shots are missed. Everybody is attacking the ball.
Here's Richardson. He had 25 points last game. Left corner. Here's Lopez. And it's no good. Poor shot selection there, to say the least. The Thunder on a bit of a roll here. The steal by the Suns. To Nash. Dumps it off. Barbosa. He's covered by Westbrook. To end the run. Westbrook pulls it in.
He's not giving an inch on defense. He really bothered that shot.
Grant to the baseline, and Durant gets it to go.
And right now, Kevin, they're getting everything they want and sending a message while they're doing it.
here's Nash. Not on the scoreboard yet. Richard. Sledgehammer!
That should be illegal, Kevin. Oh, man, now that's nasty.
Here's Westbrook. Last game he had 13. To Grant. From close range. Oh, barely misses the shot, but he'll go to the line for two. You talked about sending a message, Clark. This certainly is one way to do that.
Well, it really is, Kevin. I mean, it's demoralizing to a defense when you can't and don't consistently get stops.
Now, here's Nash. On the wing, Jason Richardson. Tries to keep it alive. The Suns with the last touch. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at Oklahoma City. Best team in the conference, really having a nice season and looking to maintain that through the playoffs. And of course, the Phoenix Suns. They have a lot of ground to make up. Oklahoma City, bring it up. They're on a 13-2 run. Here's Grant. Drops it in on the layup. He's got 10.
Well, in this quarter, they haven't done a good job of defending the shots.
Deflected. Out of bounds. Touched last by the Thunder. And their down big defense has been an issue here.
Yeah, it has been. They need to close out on the shooters a little better, and that means you've got to be on balance. You've got to understand where the ball is, and then you've got to chop your steps as you close out to dangerous shooters.
Richardson backs in. In close, it's blocked, and we're going the other way. Nice play by Grant. To the elbow. From short range. Finishes with the soft touch.
They've been dominant at both ends of the floor, so the early lead is no surprise.
And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
One of several shots they'll get. 2 more scheduled meetings between these two teams.
Spot again, moving the movement, man. Same 2-step, leaving a shoe print. And I'm doing again. Hopefully with you and your friend. Call you up around 10. Round 10, leave the lights on. Show a message. Kelly, call me home and I'm doing it. The first round 2 with a ding, ding, ding.
And of course, free throws always so important. Here are the leaders. And you take a look at Westbrook, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line and it's nearly automatic. And of course, James Harden. Also absolutely fantastic from the free throw line.
Boy, his routine is flawless. He does the same thing every time, and the result is pretty much the same. Cash money from the strike.
Now Stoudemire really struggled in the loss against Cleveland. Gets in close. Grant cleans the defensive glass. Here's Oklahoma City. From close range, lays it right in. 14 points for him.
They've been unstoppable. What a strong start.
To the free throw line. Here's Nash. Lopez. And he can't stop the run.
When you settle for that kind of shot, that's a wasted possession. That is not a high percentage look.
Here's Grant. Oh, just misses, but he'll get 2 shots at the line.
That's his first personal foul.
They get Steve Nash.
That's a good call by the referee. There was definitely some contact on the release of the shot.
He gets them both. Now, here's Nash. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. To Nash. Amari. Thomas is there. 6 seconds to shoot. Connects.
Amari Stoudemire, what a story. The 2003 NBA Rookie of the Year. But before that, folks, he went through some very difficult times. Attended 6 different high schools before graduating from Cypress Creek High School in Orlando, Florida. Did not start playing organized basketball until he was 14 and only played 2 years of high school level basketball. But despite the hardships, this young man has been focused, tenacious, and unbelievably athletic. He's become a multi-time NBA All-Star.
Oklahoma City on D. Here's Nash from short range. Harden snatches it inside.
Kevin, he doesn't miss those layups often. Interior D made him think about that one, though.
Here's Westbrook, averaging 16 points a game. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack. 5 points in the game.
This is how they built an early lead. A relentless and punishing inside game.
To Dudley. Stoudemire, the screen, leads him in. Over Durant. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Kevin Durant.
Stoudemire, shooting 1.
He completes the three-point play. Here's Westbrook. He has 5. Grant. Oh, that's offensive interference.
Defensive foul. Darius Grant. First team foul.
Stolen by Grant. Steve Nash with the rebound.
That was a perfect chance to finish on the break, and he let it slip away.
The Suns were the last to touch it. Some changes there for the Suns. Grant really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He came out aggressively right from the start, looking to get his shot, and he's delivered so far. It's hard to keep it up once the defense starts to make some adjustments, though.
Well, if he keeps shooting at this rate, it won't be long before that happens. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Now, here's Nash. No points for him. Stolen away by Grant.
You have to play smart with the ball in your hand.
We hope you're going to tune into the NBA on Christmas Day. It's going to be LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they'll take on the Los Angeles Lakers. You can catch the game at 2 o'clock Eastern Time.
You always want to get out of there with a win in that one.
So true. Richardson backs him down. Puts up the baby hook. Nails the baby hook.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Here's Harden. Double clutches. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul. Number 13, shooting 1.
Good for the three-point play. Now, here's Nash. Dumps it off. Turnover by the Suns.
Turnover.
Some great shooters here. Let's check out the league leaders. Look at Harden, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Kevin Durant. He also shoots the ball so well. One of the best.
Field goal percentage is always a function of the kinds of shots you take. And this guy here, I tell you what, not only does he make a high percentage of his shots, but he takes good shots on a regular basis.
Here's Grant from inside, and the rebound goes to Lopez. The Suns squad struggling. They host the Clippers after this game. That will complete this 4-game homestand.
They say the mid-range game is becoming a lost art in the NBA, but you certainly couldn't tell it from watching that play. What a sweet stroke.
Harden cans it from in close. 5 points in the game.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Here's Nash. Here's Richardson. Drains the open look.
He drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gorilla!
A moment to check out some results from around the league yesterday. It was the Rockets taking the win down in Houston as the Los Angeles Clippers are defeated. A road win for the Oklahoma City Thunder as the Lakers lose in Los Angeles. The Hawks pick up a road win as the Timberwolves drop one at home. And back to the game we go. And Phoenix has possession following the Thunder miss. Lob. Amari backs down. Barbosa can't get it to go, so Oklahoma City will take it the other way. We hope you're going to tune into the NBA on Christmas Day. It'll be Jordan Hill and the New York Knicks. They'll play host to the Miami Heat. You can tune in live for that one at 12 noon Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. Now here's Nash, looking for his first bucket of the game. To Richardson from deep. The rebound by Jeff Green. Oklahoma City dictating the flow. Here's Grant. Yes, and the foul.
Richardson.
It's on Jason Richardson.
Foul. Second team foul. Grant, shooting one.
He completes the three-point play. Now here's Nash. Just over 5 minutes left in the second. Barbosa. Here's Richardson. Westbrook pulls it in.
Kevin, he threw that thing up from another area code. He's pretty confident in his range, maybe a bit too confident.
Grant is called for the charge, and that's his first foul of the game.
Steve Nash out of British Columbia. Not a hotbed for basketball talent, but he certainly is the cream of the crop. One of the very best at running a team, dropping dimes, scoring the ball from the three-point line, and an excellent free throw shooter to boot. This guy continues to get better with age, like fine wine. He's awesome as he ages.
Now Stoudemire. Last game out he had 14. 6 seconds to shoot. Here's Lopez. The shot is off, and the Thunder go the other way.
Kevin, they've got the edge here in rebounding. They're doing a good job of blocking out and then pursuing the basketball. That's good fundamental action.
Harden, inside runner, and that one's good. 7 points in the game. Here comes Steve Nash. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. And Clark, as you were saying, with today's athletes, the difference usually does come down to good technique and certainly fundamentals.
Yeah, that's a good point, Kevin. Everybody in the NBA is an athlete, so you've got to take care of your business in a fundamental way, especially when it comes to rebounding.
Now, here's Nash. Here's Barbosa. Nails the easy jumper. Nice shot by the 7-year veteran out of Brazil. Oklahoma City dictating the flow. They'll be at home for the next game against the Bobcats. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And that one's good. Westbrook.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Now here's Nash. Here's Lopez. It's off. Grant inside, and Green gets it to go. Here's a guy in Jeff Green who played at Georgetown for John Thompson III, so you know he's had some good coaching.
Yes, sir.
Now he comes to the NBA. I think he's been very solid so far.
Extremely solid, Kevin, and he's a guy that I think needs to be more assertive in his game. He's got a lot of talent, can do a lot of things, but right now I think he's a jack of all trades, a master of none. He needs to find one or two things to take to the next level so that he can be a high-volume producer, and I think he can do that as a scorer and as a defender.
He knocks down the first one.
You know, the development of Kevin Durant as an NBA player is kind of unique. I mean, he's a big guy, a long, tall guy, 6'9", but he grew up actually learning the skills of a smaller player. And he's actually put that on display a number of times during his one-year career at Texas, and then certainly in his couple of seasons playing out on the perimeter.
Now here's Nash. Not on the scoreboard yet. Richardson in close, graceful finish.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for.
Here's Westbrook. 9 points in the game so far. The steal by Amare.
He should leave those long bomb passes alone.
To Nash. Makes it from 18 feet out. Here's Westbrook. 2:32 left in the half. To the middle. Here's Durant. Drops in the runner. He's got 11.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot. He's extremely deadly from there.
Here's Richardson. Russell Westbrook with the rebound.
You know, Kevin, all these rebounds allow them to attack the defense before they have a chance to get back and set up on deep.
So it's Phoenix now. The Thunder making the shot. Here we get a moment to view the league's highest scoring teams. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. Leading the league in scoring. Definitely the most high-powered run-and-gun offense in the league. The fans love it. And, of course, there's the Suns. Another team that can get a ton of points in a hurry.
I like the high-octane offense they play. Everybody's involved. They space the floor. They attack. Everybody can make plays. Everybody's ready to step into their shot. That's
Substitutions on the court.
So it's Phoenix now. To Grant. Cephalosha. Grant, covered by Barbosa. To Cephalosha. Lets loose for three. Good! Now here's Nash. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Cheryl Miller.
Well, over the break, I spoke with the head coach of the Suns. He said it feels like they've been in a 15-round title fight, but they have to stop getting beaten up in one area. The ball just needs to drop. He knows that players can run hot or cold, but when the whole team is off, it's tough to deal with. That's the latest from courtside. Kevin and Clark?
Okay, thanks, Cheryl. And here are the Thunder now. Jams it in two-handed. He's got 13.
the well-set screen freed him up for the nasty throwdown. Nice execution.
It's tipped. The Suns will keep possession. We hope you're going to tune into the NBA on Christmas Day. It's going to be Vince Carter and the Orlando Magic. They'll be hosting the Boston Celtics. It's being broadcast live starting at 2:30 Eastern.
We'll see how it plays out.
Now, here's Nash.
Substitution on the court.
So it's Phoenix now. Barbosa.
Barbosa, shooting 2.
And he makes the first one.
Leandro Barbosa, known as the Brazilian Blur because...
Substitutions on the court.
Now, here's Nash. Phoenix turns it over. We'll go the other way. Here's what Phoenix has lined up on their schedule. They'll be taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. The Thunder changing it up. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Right around 4 minutes left in the third.
Substitutions on the court.
Here's Westbrook. 11 points in the game. Inside. Here's Harden. It's in for 3.
For 3.
13 points in the game.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
5 on the shot clock. Guarded by Green. Here's Richardson. Can't answer back with his own 3.
Every time they get under the glass, it seems like they're getting all of the rebounding opportunities.
Green gently drops it in. Sweet touch by the third-year man out of Georgetown. So it's Phoenix now. And Clark, you were talking about rebounds. They have a double-digit advantage right now, and they're up on the scoreboard.
When you're winning the battle for rebounds, you should be scoring more points as well.
Richardson, good.
Well, he knocked that one down, but it wasn't the best shot selection. With so much time left on the clock, you ought to work it around and look for a better shot.
Suns on D. Here's Grant. Oh! Rips it down with one hand.
Oh, he's just hurting their feelings on that one.
Let's check out the NBA's top producers from three-point land. You look at Green. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
Very few players have shot it better than this guy has from the three-point line. When he's on the floor, he spreads out the defense. You've got to make sure you're aware of where he is at all times. He'll make you pay from back there.
Now, here's Nash. Both teams changing it up. And Phoenix has possession. Here's Lopez. Hits the jump hook. He's got 8.
The defense didn't challenge the shot, didn't get a hand in his face. And from such close range, that shot's a gimme.
5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Harden. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Thunder. They'll be taking on the Washington Wizards. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. The Thunder changing it up. Oklahoma City is just getting everything they want inside.
Points in the paint have been the story so far, and I don't think it's going to change unless this team starts defending with physicality, bodying up without fouling.
Now, here's Nash. Here's Westbrook. Here's Grant inside. And here we go with Steve Nash. Here's Stoudemire. Bounces high, but falls through.
Well, that's a little bit of the European style of play there. When your bigs can hit the mid-range jumper, it can really open things up for everybody else.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. Green lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack. They're ahead, 88-45. Richardson backs in. Releases from 15. And it's Durant with the rebound. Here comes Westbrook. 11 points in the game. Here's Harden. Nails it from close range.
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
To the elbow. Here's Richardson. Buries the baseline J. He's got 20. Here comes Westbrook. Grant backs him down. The runner. And Durant gets it to go.
That's a tough shot for anyone. Those runners need a soft touch.
Richardson. Nash leads the game in assists. Here's Westbrook. Over Nash. No good. And it's the Suns taking it the other way. Here's Richardson.
Oh, my goodness!
The devastating windmill jam. Here's Westbrook. Under 6 minutes left in the game. Grant backs down to Harden. Grant gets it to the fall. 27 points for him.
He saw the height mismatch and went to work immediately. That's smart basketball.
Timeout called. The Suns. Youth basketball in this country, Clark, always trying to find an edge, better training methods, more games, better coaching. How would you say it compares to the way young basketball players are being guided through the European leagues, European coaches, European schools, to the U.S. school, the U.S. system?
Well, you know what? It's really interesting. I'm not quite as familiar with how European players are trained other than what I've read and heard from other people. And there seems to be more of an emphasis on instruction and really developing players as opposed to trying to make kids pros too early. In the U.S., I think because there's so much coverage, because there's so much attention paid to high school recruiting, there's a tendency for young players to get caught up and distracted by the glamour of being a basketball player as opposed to the process of developing their skills. And I think that's detrimental to the players in the U.S. system.
All right, Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, I had a moment to speak with the head coach of the Suns. He was saying, let's get it in the paint, guys. They can't handle us down low. We'll see if that's the case. Kevin.
Thanks, Cheryl.
That's where you get the high percentage shots when you get the ball inside. Good things happen. That's a nice play.
To Dudley. Let's go with a three. That's good.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
Oklahoma City dictating the flow. Got a piece of it. Stolen away by the Suns. Up court on the free throw line. Here's Pavlovich. Goes up. Drains it from short range.
Passes like that are fun to watch. Beautiful feed inside for the score. He placed it perfectly, Kevin.
Stolen by Dudley.
They still have the lead, but they really need to collect themselves and start taking care of the ball.
And it's the Thunder with the ball after the Suns pick up two. Grant. Blocked. Good deed by Elmanson. And it does look like turnovers will be a theme here.
Without question, Kevin. Let's see if they can squeeze the orange and hold it together. They've got to do a much better job of taking care of the ball.
And it's Phoenix's ball.
You know, Thabo Sefolosha, Kevin, is really a nice acquisition for Oklahoma. He's a guy who's comfortable playing a role. He's athletic and a terrific perimeter defender, and he'll give you some points too. But he's one of those value-utility guys, I call him, who can help you in a number of ways without having to be a star.
Substitution on the court.
Now, here's Nash.
Boy, the turnovers are piling up pretty quickly here. We've seen them doing quite a bit of sloppy ball handling.
That's their third turnover in this quarter. The Thunder giving up on the turnover. That's their sixth of the game. Now, here's Nash. 2:13 left in the fourth. These turnovers can pile up, like you were saying, Clark, and when you cough up the rock, you're forfeiting possessions.
Empty trips, we call them, Kevin, and that's exactly what they've been doing right now. You've got to be aware of where the defense is, and you also have to be ready to be patient and make good decisions with the basketball.
Richardson with the charge, and that's his fourth foul of the contest.
Well, he's trying to do something to get his team fired up. But I'll tell you what, committing silly fouls like that isn't going to do it.
And here are the Thunder now. A different group set to go for the Suns.
when you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They've had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
Oklahoma City on D. And here are the Thunder now. 1:19 left in the game. Clark, and this can't continue to be the story for them. You can't convert if you're handing over the ball.
Well, without question, Kevin, you're exactly right. They've had a tough time getting into their offensive flow here because they've turned it over too much.
The Suns will call a full timeout. They're losing by 39. 1:08 left to the fourth. A different group set to go for the Suns. Now, here's Nash. A different group set to go for the Suns. Here's Westbrook. 51 seconds left in the game. Here's Grant. Almanson gets the board inside. And here we go with Steve Nash. To Griffin. On the mark from 16 feet out.
They needed this run sooner. I don't think they have enough time left to stage a comeback now.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. Grant backs in. Here's Grant. Stoudemire grabs the miss. Here comes Steve Nash. Stolen away by Grant.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it. A tough sequence there. They're leading by double digits, and I'd say this game is essentially done.
Can't hit. The Thunder cruise to a win as they blow out the Suns, 104-65. Grant is the Jordan Brand player of the game, and some solid numbers.
Yeah, Kevin, he was really stroking it. He shot the lights out, and there was just no one out on the floor who could stop him.
Time for us to say goodbye. For Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports.